Welcome back. With me, I have a nutritionist, Jennifer Whitney. So, Jennifer, this looks like an episode out of Bones. You know, we just get bones laying all over the place here. I'm a little bit nervous what you do in your spare time.
I have a lot of fun. I'll just put it that way. Yes, today I'm actually going to talk and show you how to make what's called beef bone marrow broth.
Yeah.
And this is a super immune boosting bone marrow broth, similar to the chicken. But I would say that this really is the rage across America right now.
Yeah, like we're talking about last episode,
Yeah.
that this is something that, New York and bigger cities, they're really looking upon this, and
Yeah,
because of the
exactly.
immune boosting.
Yeah, the reason is because so many people nowadays are dealing with poor digestion, and the nutrients in bone marrow broth is very healing for the digestive system. You know, the hair, the eyes, the skin. I mean, it helps all different parts of the body. You cook it for a very long period of time.
Yeah.
And throughout that time, different minerals and the collagen, the gelatin, the amino acids, all of these different healing components come out of the bone marrow, the bones, and the different vegetables and stuff, and it creates a very, very healing stock. And so really, in the morning when you wake up, starting with a cup of hot bone marrow broth is a great way to start your day.
So this
and
is
your digestion and
this is something that anyone can just start off right now with, or?
Yeah, and let me explain it. This right here is these are actually bones. I mean, this is from the femur bone of a cow. And so often I'll talk to different farmers and I'll ask them for a bag of their bone marrow bones. And inside here you can see is the marrow. And so what you want to do is you want to actually heat your oven to about 350, and you want to roast your bones for about 30 to 40 minutes. And this really, really brings out the flavor. And as you can see here, this looks like, fat, saturated fat, which it is, but this is actually really healing for your digestive system. And you want to put all of this in your stock pot. So I've roasted these bones, and this right here is oxtail. And I just went to a farmer and asked him if he had any oxtail, and he did, and so he cut it up for me. So in this stock, I'm going to put 2 of these beautiful bone marrow bones, and you can see, there's just marrow coming out. Marrow is considered a superfood, especially for babies. It's one of the fastest ways to boost your iron if you're anemic. It's just very, very nutrient dense.
So it's truly, truly a superfood for pretty much anyone then.
Yeah, and a lot of times people don't realize that, and they actually buy these to give to their dogs.
Yeah,
And they don't
lucky dogs. Yeah.
They don't realize how actually incredibly nutrient dense
Yeah.
these are. And so what we're going to do is, first of all, I roasted these, and I'm going to put these in a crock pot. Okay, and I'm just going to explain this because we only have, a little bit of time, but we're going to put all this in a crock pot. As you can see here, there's 2 oxtail and then 2 bone marrow bones, and the bone marrow is inside, and over time, this is going to come out, and in the end, you're going to punch it out into your stock.
Yeah.
And, I can't take all the time right now, but at home I would scrape all this off and put it in here, all this healthy fat. There's a big difference from good quality saturated healthy fat to the refined processed fat.
And we're so taught to not eat fat, fat-free, calories and all these, but this is something that really supports health.
Absolutely. I use this all the time with clients, especially if I'm dealing with weak digestion.
Yes.
Yeah, and here we're going to add in, these are just different types of carrots. So you can get a bag of what's called rainbow carrots, and I really encourage you to use the different colors. So you get the different, antioxidants, phytonutrients, and add in, we're going to put some celery in here too. And shiitake mushrooms, because the shiitake help to boost your natural killer cells to fight off bacteria, viruses. This is astragalus root, and you can buy this at your local health food store. You can order this online. Typically, astragalus, you probably have found it in a tincture, and you take this when you start to feel like you're getting sick, but this cooks beautifully in a stock. And so I like to put a little bit of astragalus in, some garlic, some onions, and then parsley, a handful of parsley. And you can see, this is just going to create
nutrient dense right there.
Very nutrient dense. You're going to fill this with water, filtered good quality water. And the key to bone marrow broth is that you want to add in about a teaspoon. This is unfiltered apple cider vinegar. And you want to put this in, and what that does is you're going to cook this for about 24 hours. Some people go as long as 72 hours.
Yeah.
And that apple cider vinegar, or you could use lemon juice, the acid pulls the minerals out from the bones, and that's the key to bone marrow broth. You want to roast the bones first, and then you want to make sure you put this in and put in a little bit of acid. Cook this for, a couple days. I bring it to high, put it on low, and let it cook in my crock pot for usually 2 days.
Really?
And then strain it and put it in these beautiful glass mason jars. You can freeze it. You can drink it straight, or you can use that as a stock base for other soups.
And this actually becomes medicine that you then, when you're on a program, I know with the patients that are on a program with you, you actually use this, start with 1 tablespoon or start with this type of broth first, and then tablespoon, and then gradually increase, and then move to another broth. And so it becomes a very specific healing program depending on the person.
Oh yeah, this is an incredible, bone marrow broth is just loaded with nutrients, and that's why it's becoming so popular, because so many Americans right now are currently dealing with really, really poor digestive systems.
Great.
And it's not acidic like a cup of coffee in a sense in the morning. It's a great way to start the morning out.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Jen.
You're welcome.
We'll be right back.